Error, so we're going to go back over the end of electron transport chain and tell you about chemiosmosis. Basically, electron transport chain made a gradient. Oxygen picked up that last little piece of energy combined with hydrogen. Hydrogen made water. So we have water now. That's nice. I had a marker around here somewhere. So yeah, we have a gradient. And we have this beautiful little thing called ATP synthase. It's over here. ATP synthase. That little guy. And what he does is he is a molecular machine. And the protons are then, they go into the gradient, and then they're channeled into ATP synthase. And ATP synthase, it's kind of like a boat motor. It will spin around, and as it spins, it takes phosphate and ADP, which has, it's something adenine diphosphate, and we want adenine triphosphate. So we're going to take this and we're going to add it to that. And when it goes into ATP synthase, it'll spin them around and it'll combine the two. Kind of like a blender, but it's more like a motorboat.
Yeah. And
it forms ATP, which is why it's called ATP synthase. And so that is chemiosmosis. But keep in mind, even though these are we talked about them separately, they happen at the same time. So, the end of respiration.
Here's the final product from all of link reaction, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, and chemiosmosis.
Woo!
Woo!
Glycolysis. I'm moving the board over so I can reach. Okay, glycolysis. We got 2 ATP, 2 NADH. So, and then in Krebs cycle, I'm not writing cycle, I'm just writing Krebs. We got 2 more ATP, 8 NADH, 2826, 2826,
2826, 2826.
NADH, 2 FADH2. We lied, there's no 6.
There
not
is.
For this. Not
it's
for
6.
This kind of math.
Well, not for this product, but
and
there.
Then in the ETC/Chemi, we didn't get any, but we get the final product of all of these. It's lovely, isn't it? So, because, well, basically, as we said, it makes ATP, but it makes ATP from the things that are already made here. So we're going to write in that that's where they came from. So the total after electron transport chain and chemiosmosis will be the total number of ATP we have made since the beginning of our journey, since we took a breath and decided to do aerobic respiration because we have big bodies and it needs ATP way more often than a bacteria. So 2 ATP equals, of course, 2 ATP. 2 NADH equals 6 ATP. Caroline, how did we get 6?
Gee, maybe it is because the H is energy as well. And because NADH can hold 3 ATP. Remember that?
I thought it was more of the NADH. Well, yeah, it's that, but I was going to say it a simpler way of that. That has enough energy to make 3, and we have 2 of them. So yeah, she was right.
3 times 2, 6.
Woo! 2 ATP. Well, that's easy. Oh no, y'all, hold up.
We have to do more math.
Hold up, it's math.
What?
24 ATP. Am I gone crazy?
Nope. Because remember, NADH can hold 3 ATP, so 3 times 8 is 24.
Who didn't know that me? And now we have 4 ATP. Oh no, I have lost my mind. I must have lost my mind because that's not NADH. And 3 times 2 isn't 4. So what did I do, Caroline?
Well, Megan, what you did is the fact that, remember, the FAD is lower on the hill in the electric transport chain, and so therefore, it only has energy enough for 2 ATP. So what is 2 times 2, Megan?
I think it's 4, Caroline.
It is 4!
Yay!
Look at that! So?
2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 24 plus 4 equals 38 ATP in a perfect world. Why do I say in a perfect world, Caroline?
Well, because the world is lying to you because there's not, in fact, 38 ATP. Why is that?
Because, let's recap over here. Erasing. Okay. ATP is used for the pumps. ATP is used to get pyruvate into the matrix. Because remember back in the link cycle. Where were we in the link cycle?
The link cycle is when the 2-pyruvate were broken down. And it was in the
glycolysis
matrix.
is out here. So we got glycolysis out here. And then we have these pyruvates. And they really want to get in here so they can have their little link cycle thingy-majigger going on. They want to get it gone. They want to get it on with some oxalitate or oxalate?
Yes.
Oxalate. They want to get it on with oxalate in here. But they can't because there's this thing called a membrane. And it's semi-permeable. Semi-permeable because we got these little pumps that just love to help people out with occasions on hooking up and stuff. And they take the pyruvate.
Matchmakers.
Yes! The pumps are matchmakers! But they charge. Because Match.com is very expensive. It requires ATP. Which is why you don't actually get 38. You have to lose some for getting inside. You gotta pay. Love just is everywhere, y'all.
It is.
You gotta pay. And some of the hydrogen ions, or protons as we've called them also, they don't go into the synthase because it's not a perfect world. And
some just are meant to die with 100 cats.
Actually, a lot are meant to die.
Well, you didn't let me finish. Some are meant to die alone with 10 million cats. And these hydrogen ions aren't meant to find a loved one.
30% of the population will become ATP.
What?
70% of us will die alone.
No! We're destined to become cat ladies.
70% of protons are cat ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's a sad, sad world, people.
But cat ladies are useful. They help keep down the rat population. And these protons being used, they're released because, they're energy too. And you all know why you don't freeze to death? Because this energy becomes heat. And this is how our body stays warm. These 70% saves your life. The other 30% makes your life worth living.
Whoa!
I got deep on you, didn't I?
Whoa!
Okay.
Deep.
How the mitochondrion, this little guy, this is a mitochondrion, it's the powerhouse of the cell, fits its function. The outer membrane, which is this little guy right here. Do you see my arrow? It's pretty.
It's beautiful.
It is compartmentalized to keep the other reactions and everything that are happening in the cell, like ribosomes and the Golgi apparatus, to keep all that out and to keep all this in. Why do I do that? Why do we need this? Because this is very important. As I said, we got ATP being formed. ATP are everything. All the ATP on this board, they keep your body going. You get heat, you get energy, and you do not need nucleic acids coming in there or lysosomes coming in and destroying everything. So yes, that's why we have a membrane. That's why it fits its function. The inner membrane, this little guy, it gives you a greater surface area for the electron transport chain, and it also allows the creation of a proton gradient. If there wasn't a wall, there couldn't be more on one side of the wall and less on the other. The wall is kind of important. And the matrix, it's a reservoir. It holds everything. It's a giant bucket. You need a cage for all these puppies because protons like to bounce around. They're like little puppies and they need to be caged in this little reservoir. So they got to stay in there. And that is why the design of the mitochondrion fits its function. Woo!
That, my friends, is the end of how we breathe.
Respiration! Whoop, whoop!